Stick ties. Stick out. Stick ties. Stick out. Stick ties. Stick out. Stick ties. Stick ties.
And hockey. Yes, sir.
Welcome back, everyone. This is episode 30 of Stick Talk Hockey. I am your host, Tico. This is my co-host.
I'm yours truly.
30 episodes, brother.
I can't believe it.
I know, it's been a fun year, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like we say this every 10 episodes, but it has been a lot of fun.
It
and
has
I appreciate it.
They just pile up.
Yeah, they really do.
The years don't. Whatever the fuck. It's too early.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
The years.
I don't even know where you're going with that, but
It's that song from Shrek, you know?
you start coming and they don't stop coming.
Yeah, and they don't stop coming and they
Don't stop coming and they don't stop coming. Yeah, we're going to get copyrighted. So yeah, the one half of the conference finals is done. We got a sweep on our hands.
Damn, man.
Did anyone see that coming?
Absolutely not.
No.
If anyone told me that they had Florida sweeping the Canes,
Yeah.
get out.
Besides, like, the most diehard of Florida fans, like, no shot. I mean, I had Florida taking that series, but I mean, not in 4.
No.
It was a lot of fun for a sweep, though.
Oh, it was a blast.
Which is, like, really surprising. Like, you'd think, oh, sweep, it was one-sided the whole way. It wasn't.
No. Like, we're probably going to forget about how close this series was in a few years, but it was, like, dead close. It could have gone 7.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the difference of a bad bounce here and there. Like,
one goal every single game.
the Canes were hitting posts left and right in overtime, too. Like, there's one of those could have gone either way.
Absolutely. The Canes, the difference maker, they don't have a Matthew Tkachuk.
Yeah, and they weren't aggressive at the deadline, and they needed more scoring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yes. Now, I can agree with you on that. However, now, like, looking at that deadline, that almost all the teams that loaded up are done. In fact, truly, all the teams that loaded up are done.
You're not wrong.
So I don't know. This year has actually really made me reevaluate how I feel about getting involved in the arms race at the deadline.
That's not necessarily true because Vegas was also pretty active, and so was Dallas. Dallas picked up Domi.
Dallas picked up Domi, but that's a pretty, like, it was a small price they got for Domi. Like, that's not a load up pick. And I mean, yes, Vegas got Jonathan Quick for a 7th. That's not a big move. He hasn't played a game.
No, he hasn't. I thought he was going to be way more active, honestly. But
I thought so too. I thought they'd give him a shot.
I didn't expect Aiden Hill to be running with like a 938. So
me neither. He's looked really good.
Like, all credit to him. I forgot to mention this on the last pod, but I thought it was super, super interesting. And I thought it might be history, but I don't know. I'm not a statistician or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I was at, and I won't even take credit for it. I was at one of the Vipers games. And one of the parents was asking if I like follow local hockey, and I was like, "Well, I try to,
Yeah.
but it's not like on the forefront. If I like, see something interesting, I try and mention it though." And he was like, "You should look into the Vegas goaltending duo that they have right now. I think it might be the first time that 2 island-born players, have played in the same game for the same team in the Stanley Cup Conference Final."
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty sick. 2
Mhm.
island-born goaltenders that played in the same game in
Couple
the
of
semis.
island boys.
Gotta love it. Island boy.
Vegas, I mean, like, all respect to Aiden Hill, there's a lot of goalies that would play really well in front of that defense.
It's true. It's a top-tier defense.
Man.
Like, you can't take anything away from Vegas.
They've been so good. I mean, we'll get into that series in a minute there, because they're probably going to the finals. I think we can. I know it's 3-1. It's not over yet. It was 3-0. I mean, the odds of a comeback happening are, let's be real, it's very, very unlikely.
Spare me. Yeah.
Spare me.
I don't believe it.
No.
They might take another. They might push it to 4-2, but like, this isn't going past 6.
No. I agree. Sticking on Florida for now, though. Bobrovsky too. I mean, we Is there more we need to say? You've seen the stats everywhere. You've heard it all from everyone. This guy is playing out of his goddamn mind right now.
Yeah, he is. It's absolutely insane. Carrying a 9.66 through the series.
On the worst contract in the NHL.
It's the best now. It doesn't even matter.
No. It's still the worst contract in the NHL.
He's justified
by a long shot.
He's justified every penny.
Yeah.
When it comes down to 1-goal games that decide the series.
Yeah.
And think about all the time they saved. Think about all the rest hours that they have now. Because they wrap that up so fast.
Yeah. Yeah. It's massive for them.
Like, that pays in itself.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't want to take away from Florida's performances as well, because man, that whole team has bought in. Their defenses looked great. Montour looks fantastic. Obviously Eki looks good. Like their whole team's played really well, and I think they're getting a little bit disrespected by some people out there. I'm looking at you, Jackson Bandman, saying that all these teams, the Bruins and the Leafs and the Hurricanes, are just getting goalied. And I mean, they are getting goalied, but this team's good, man.
Yeah, you know what? At a certain point, like, your top 4 has to perform. Like, it's the playoffs. You're going to get goalied eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Figure it out.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Like, Florida's getting goalied too. We're not forgetting that, like, every single one of these games went to overtime pretty much. Like, or it was damn close.
Yeah.
And they were robbed a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Anderson kind of stood on his head a lot of the time. That series could have been way worse a lot of the time.
Absolutely.
Both ways. He bought them at least 2 of those overtime berths. Like, there was no way that they should have been in that overtime. He made some stellar saves. And the same goes for Bobrovsky. Like I said, they gave them so many breakaways.
I'd say half those games they got outplayed.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It was a good 50-50 split as far as, like, momentum and how the game flow went.
Mm-hmm.
I 100% believe the series could have gone 7. I'm not even going to clown. I'm not even going to clown Rod the Bod for saying that in the press conference.
Oh, man. I am. Can we run that clip, actually? Can you find that really quick?
2019, the beginning of this run, ends the Eastern Conference Final with a sweep, and here we are 5 years later, same result. I mean, do you take anything from that and just tweaking of what you're building, or does that make you look at it in any different way?
Well, that's the unfortunate part of this is he's going to look back and everyone's going to say you got swept, and that's not what happened. I watched the game. I'm there. I'm cutting the game. We're in the game. That we didn't lose 4 games. We got beat, but it's we were right there, and this could have went the other way, and it could have been 4 games the other way.
And it is what happens.
Okay, that's all, Austin. Everyone's gonna say we got swept. That's not what happened. I watched the games. I mean, look, I get it. I agree with you. I totally get what he's saying, but
you're also wrong.
Bro. You did get swept.
Okay.
I watched the games.
You did get swept though,
bro.
But
I want to. Can we clip that later and just use that?
Yes.
Like all the time, whenever we have an awful take, I watch the games.
I watch the games.
I'm telling you. No. That's not what happened. I watched the games.
I watched the games. I was there.
Oh, man. That's so funny. But yeah, like you said, like, actually don't blame him for that.
No, like, it's fair to feel a little bit cheated when it's, like, literally the difference of 1 goal. I mean, at the end of the
every
day,
night.
It's the playoffs, though, so it's always going to be the difference of 1 goal eventually. And you got to just deal with it. You got to find a way to work around it. And they didn't.
That's how Florida's lived. They've lived on the edge. They were down a goal with a minute left in Game 7 against Boston.
You can't slay 'em.
Sometimes it's the difference of a goal.
Yeah. And they're getting them where they need them.
Yes,
and from
are.
the guys that they need them from.
Exactly.
And you can't say that for any of these other teams, really.
No.
I mean, where did Toronto's top 4 go?
Well, yeah.
Where
what
did
Gretzky say? They're on milk cartons in Toronto.
Yeah. And I mean, like, Edmonton's fine and dandy and all, but, like, as soon as you, like, have that drop off from your top 2 and you start losing those points from Hyman and all the rest, it's tough.
Edmonton's in a tough spot. We'll get into that when we do their year-end review, because I'm worried about Edmonton.
I am too, actually.
Yeah.
I think that they're very close to having everything fall apart.
Yeah.
They're like one person just saying, "Nah, I'm walking."
Closer than Toronto is in my eyes.
Oh, I'm not worried about Toronto if we're being 100%. Like,
Me neither.
I'm worried about who they throw in management.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, big
and
time.
how that looks for their next 10 years.
Yeah.
but I'm not worried about their next 5 regardless.
Right. Okay, let's move on. So, yeah. Panthers are going to the finals. They belong there this year. Good for them. And looks like they're going to see the Vegas Golden Knights.
That'll be a banger.
That'll be a banger series. 100%.
Great for hockey.
Yep.
I love it.
Yep, absolutely. The Dallas Stars look done. They had some fight in game 5 or in game 4, sorry. But at the end of game 3, man, that team looked defeated.
Well, I mean, they lost their captain in the first
10
minute?
minutes, yeah.
It wasn't even. It was like literally like in the first 5 minutes of the game and he was gone.
Yeah. Jamie Benn, absolute bozo move. Leading the charge in a systemic failure. Captain on captain violence.
Targeting the injured, like already on record, Mark Stone.
Yeah. Goes for the headshot.
Yeah, cross
The
check
neck
right across
shot.
the face and neck.
Got 2 games for it. Look at his quote. He said, quote, "The game happens fast. Emotions are high." This was right in the post game. "Obviously, I would have liked to not fall on him and use my stick as a landing point."
Nice.
Buddy, who do you think you're fooling?
His lawyer's good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought of that.
His agent's good, yeah.
I'm tucking that in my pocket.
My God.
I fell on him and my stick was a landing point. I'm going to absolutely juice that now. That is a top tier. That's up there with, oh, he cut him with the high stick. Maybe he has sensitive skin.
Yeah, no, it's awful. Brutal. Just own up to it and take your sussy and move on. He won't though, because he's Jamie Benn.
Of course he's not.
No.
Sleazeball play. I was not shocked at all.
No.
As soon as it happened, like my girlfriend was sitting there and she was like, he can't do that, right? And I was like, no, that's at least a penalty.
Yeah.
And then it just kept going and I was like, no, that's a 5. That's got to be a game too. Give him the game. Give him the game. And they gave him the game. I was like, let's go.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad.
I feel like a lot of markets talk about captains, like a lot, in terms of can you win with this guy as your captain, yada yada. I'm now on Dallas can't win while Jamie Benn's their captain train.
I believe. I'm with that 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I never liked him as a leader.
No.
I like him as a character guy that like brings a leadership voice. But I don't think he's the type of guy you want to put like the A or the C on, you know?
Right.
Because you also have to have those guys like kind of have a good record with the refs and have the refs want to talk to them during the game.
Absolutely.
If you're just a bozo, that like they're not going to want to talk to you in the first place. They're just going to tell you to go away and sit in your bench.
Yeah. Get lost, pal.
Yeah, like have you ever like watched how long the talks with Nico Hischier are?
No.
They're long.
Are they?
He gets a good long conversation in.
Yeah.
Because he's just happy-go-lucky. He's just like a fun-loving 24-year-old. Like he's just out there to, you know, have a chat.
Well, I don't know. I don't know about that.
he gets some airtime. Whereas
totally.
Some captains like who have more of a history, you see them go over and they're just like, get out of my face. Get out of here. Like we're not even talking.
So Dallas can't come back. It's not going to happen.
No,
mark me down with that. It's not going to happen. Probably by the time this episode comes out, they'll be done.
Yeah, probably.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Can we shit on Fanatics really quick?
Yeah.
God, I hate Fanatics and what they're doing, man. Someone posted. We'll throw these visuals up. The difference between the conference champions hats from 96 to 2023 for the Panthers. Oh my God. What are you doing?
It's like this hat looks like something I would get for free when I buy a pack of Bud Light.
Yeah. 100%, dude.
It's like a $5 hat that's given away for promotion. Like this is a nice hat. I mean, I hate the fit of it, obviously, but like
the effort that's gone into it. Like it's got a cool graphic. It's embroidered. It's big, it's unique, it's great. And then this other one, the most boring neutral color you could ever imagine on a hat. You know that hat cost them 38 cents. And a tiny little heat press logo that has no character. I hate it. And then there was the other one as well with compared to the NBA and the NFL ones. Look at that, dude.
With their new era partnership.
Yep.
And wow,
Super
does that
Bowl.
look nice?
Yeah.
There's just so much more happening here. It feels like a celebratory championship hat. Like
Exactly. Well, and those granted are both champions hats, not or like finals champions, not conference champions. But yeah, look at last year's Stanley Cup champions hat compared, dude. Isn't that horrendous?
What is that font even? It looks like something you'd pull out of like Word. It's just like
what is that, dude?
This is the future of font in Word.
I could never. Who would wear that?
I would absolutely not wear that
Unless you're just like I'd maybe if you're a diehard Avs fan that just wants like a champions hat, but like I hate it. I hate everything about it. Awful work from an awful company yet again.
Yeah, this is terrible. I have a Toronto Raptors championship hat, and that thing is beautiful.
Yeah, I got one of those too.
I
It's
love
a gorgeous hat. Yeah.
And it's all embroidered, sewn in, beautiful emblems, well balanced.
No, it actually makes me really sad to see how awful the NHL is on merchandising, because like I be buying clothes, man. I'm a consumer at heart, my brother. I spend my money,
I believe it.
and they don't get a cent of mine.
No, I haven't bought a jersey in years, and I
Yeah.
would like to.
Yeah.
I love wearing jerseys. I think they're super sick.
I love my jerseys too. I put the Luongo back up today because Luongo is getting his shot at a chip just in the front office, and I'm really excited about that.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's a story I love. That's
Yeah.
also a reason I'm pushing for Florida at this point. Is like, man, get that guy something.
I know, right?
I want to see all of the drunk tweets from that parade.
Yeah.
I want to see Strombone in full effect.
Me too.
I want to see Strombone with a few strong bows.
Yeah. Okay, and then do you have any takes for the finals?
Contingent on Vegas winning.
Yeah, on Vegas going.
Man, it's gonna be a banger.
Yeah,
I refuse to count out Florida anymore.
I know.
I've learned my lesson. I love Vegas.
guy.
I love what they're rolling with. I think they have an amazing shutdown team.
Mm-hmm.
I think that their depth is hard to parallel.
Mm-hmm.
They have some of my favorite players.
Yep.
I love Jonathan Marchessault.
Yep.
Always loved that guy. Wild Bill. Tried and true.
Wow, Bill. Yep.
Like, how can you not?
Yep.
You got Theodore on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
Just a big body.
Petrangelo.
Petrangelo. Like, I mean, still in my bad books, but hell of a player.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, though.
It's gonna be a banger.
It's going to be a really intense series, but I think that, like, I think Florida can just out-intense them. I think they can just out-grit them a little bit more. I think that they
just have that juice right now, man, of just like they give it everything all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's gonna be so tough. It's so funny, dude, because like I've picked against these teams like the entire playoffs. All I've done is pick against these teams, except for Florida this round. It's the only time I've picked either of them. I picked against Florida in the Boston series. I picked against them in the Leafs series. I picked against Vegas in the Winnipeg series, which, come on, Tico. I picked against Vegas in the Edmonton series. I picked against them in this series. Like,
I did take Vegas in this series, right?
what am I doing, bro?
Did I take Dallas
We both
too?
picked Dallas in
God
this series.
damn. Yeah, same. Okay, then.
Yeah.
Except I took them against over Winnipeg, but
Yeah. You did have them there. I just now I have to be right on one of them, I guess, right? I can't count both of them out when they're playing each other.
what you still miss though.
I know, and like this is not meant to be like I've never like hated on Vegas as a team. I think they're a really good team, but like I had the Oilers because the Oilers are fantastic and Dallas is as well, but I'm still counting them out yet again and taking the Panthers. Even though this series is like a coin flip for me, I think it's going to be super close. It's going to be some great hockey. And I think on paper, I actually think Vegas is the better team.
Yeah, I won't disagree with that. You know what I think is really going to be the swinger, though? Because like I did mention grit, but like that's such a blanket term.
Mhm.
I think it's really going to be the way that the top four for both teams handle the pressure and the
Right.
way that the leadership is able to shield them from the pressure.
Very fair. Yeah.
Like that's going to be super essential. And Kachuk just has that team with a super shield on his shoulders.
Yeah.
He is deflecting everything. He is a boat of confidence.
Yep.
There's no way that like you don't go into that series feeling like $1 million with that guy leading you.
Right.
You know? Like
Dude, it's exactly. You go into that series feeling like you got the wind at your back and you're just ready to run through a wall.
yeah, whereas like if you look at like the other side, you have an injured Mark Stone
Yeah.
leading you into battle,
Mhm.
and you're not sure if he's even going to make it out of that game.
No.
Like you're
No.
kind of counting your blessings every game Mark Stone gets through right now.
Right. My thing on Vegas is they're that team that's been there over and over already.
They remind me a lot of the Capitals, where they're really good and they're good enough to get places,
Yeah.
but they're not good enough to get to the promised land.
I guess so, but like I think that like the teams that win have to bang their head against the wall a few times. And Vegas has been to the Western Conference Finals multiple times. They've been to the finals already with a very similar group already, right?
Yeah, there hasn't been a lot of change. No.
Like it's very much a team that looks like they've hit their head enough times and they're ready to break through that wall now. Whereas Florida, while not being like I don't buy that this is a Cinderella miracle run in Florida. This is a team that won the President's Trophy last year, but they haven't had a lot like any deep runs.
Not historically, no.
Well, not with this group at all.
No.
So I mean, like I think that maybe that finals experience from your Stones. I mean, Stone didn't go with them last time, so that's cap. But like your Petrangelos, your Carlsons, your Marchessaults, your all of these guys. If I were taking Vegas, that would be why.
Yeah, that's very fair. The experience does go a long way. Like we saw it in the Devils series.
Yeah.
Like if you have a young team that doesn't really have that kind of like grounding, then it's going to be a tough battle. I think that Florida just has too much confidence to get swept up in that, though. I think they'll have one shaky shift to start, and then as soon as someone lays a hit, it's just going to be like, oh, we're here. We're here and we're them. I really love the build of Florida, too. Like
I do as well.
They're one of those teams where you just like, you always groan when you see them on the schedule.
Yeah.
But like, you don't like, you never think your player's going to leave hurt.
Yeah.
You just know it's going to be a bitch of a game.
Yeah.
You know?
There's over the course of the whole year, you go through 4 seasons. You have your preseason, which is a completely different level from the regular season. And then you have the regular season, which is a completely different level from the playoffs. And then you have the finals. And that's its own season in itself, really. Like the game changes in the finals, man.
Oh, yeah.
So that, I don't know. Florida looks great. We don't know what they look like in the final season.
That's fair. Do we think that Vegas is going to be willing to finish their checks, though?
Yes. I also don't put like the weight into that you do.
I think it matters a lot.
I know you do. We've talked about this.
Meat and potatoes hockey.
I know. But I like, yeah, meat and potatoes hockey. And I mean, the upside that Florida has there is not that it's meat and potatoes per se, but that they're so incredible at both ends of the ice. They're forwards.
Yes.
Like they're not this team that's just like this run and gun. I think a lot of people have that kind of idea of the Panthers, that they're kind of this ragtag run and gun team, and they're not that at all.
No, they're very specialized in controlled chaos.
Yeah.
Like there's a method to their madness.
100%.
To us, it just looks like a bunch of squiggly lines, but they have a plan, and it comes together.
Yeah, and it's effective at both ends, and that's a big one.
Yeah, and
It's really important.
what really impresses me about Florida more than anything is the fact that they apply pressure where you would typically not expect it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like on those instances where usually you see the clean break and it's like, okay, we're all going to change here.
Mhm.
Florida will go for that change, but then leave 2 out and like half change and push on the change
Right.
rather than
Right.
giving like just calling it a stalemate and being like, yeah, let's do the full swap. All of a sudden you'll have someone diving into the low end and it's like, oh, we're playing again.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they up that tempo. There's no like free breath. There's no free time or space,
Very, very true. Yeah.
which I think it's going to be really interesting to see how that translates in a finals with Vegas, because
Mhm.
Vegas is the team that will exploit the shit out of a bad change.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they will.
Like they are so fast through their whole lineup,
Yeah.
and their
Yeah.
passes are always tape to tape now because they've played together. They've
Yeah. Yeah.
been
Absolutely.
here,
Absolutely.
like you said. So like that's where that experience might actually make the difference, honestly.
Yeah. So, assuming Vegas gets through Dallas here, what's your take? Who? How many games?
Man, this is tough because everything I like about each team
Yeah.
is like what's going to be exploited by the other team
I know.
with their specialties. It's like it's really, really interesting. I think I'm gonna take Florida just because I can't deny Matthew Tkachuk anymore. This guy is Tkachuk is too good. He's too him.
Yeah.
He's got 21 points, 16 games,
It's one of the most iconic runs I've ever watched.
4 game-winning goals. Like we're gonna talk if they seal this, we're gonna talk about this like how we talk about Patty Kane in that Chicago run,
Yeah, maybe even more so.
right?
Yeah.
Like
It's one of the greatest
especially-
runs from a single player I've ever watched.
yeah, especially if he buries another game-winning goal
Yeah.
in the finals.
Yeah.
Like, how do you deny that greatness?
Okay, so give me your take here, Joe.
I'm gonna take Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take Florida in 6.
I like it. I actually I can't bring myself to put a hard line in the sand on this. I'm gonna ride with Florida as well. Because I need it for Lou. I do. So I'm gonna take Florida in 7, winning on the road in Vegas.
Wow,
Yeah.
taking the
it's a big one.
celebration.
I'm taking Bobrovsky in Game 7.
That's your hero.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay.
Can we get producer Austin in on this?
Yeah, Austin, what's your take on this?
I'm 100% taking Florida.
At a guy.
I love this team. I don't even really know why. I just love them.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see them win it. And if they won it in Vegas, that would be sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many games, Austin? How many games?
Yeah, how many games you got this in?
Yeah, I'm taking. I'm going 7 because that's
7?
like the safest because you can like.
Yeah, there's lots of room for
lots of
some
room.
mess ups along the way. Beautiful. I love it. We're all on Florida.
Well, let's make this interesting then, because we need some sort of a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
What is the combined goals?
What I said in 7 games. Okay. Give me 22.
Wow.
Yeah.
Low scoring affair.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Austin, what do you got goals for series?
37. Give me 37 goals.
Nice.
It's not bad.
It's a good guess. Yeah.
Yeah. What's like the math on that? It would be like if you had 5 goals a game in 6 games, it would be 30.
Yeah.
I'm taking the under on that, so I'll probably like half that. Let's say like 26.
Quick maths.
Quick maths.
Yeah, I'm taking a low scoring series here.
Yeah, I'm taking like a mid scoring. I think it's gonna be like, you might have a 3-1 sprinkled in here, but then they'll be followed by like a 1-0 or something. It'll be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you'll have like those kind of like fluctuating sort of patterns. I don't think it'll be quite like the Carolina series.
Really quick.
Yeah.
Just before we cap this episode off, I want to give a shout out to Latvia in the World Championships.
Okay.
Beating Sweden to go to their first ever semifinals. That's a massive win for Latvia.
I love it. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's fantastic. They showed out in the World Juniors this year as well. They surprised a lot of people, and now they come to the World Championships and surprise people again.
Yeah, they lost to Canada, but I mean, whatever.
What do you want? Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a 4-2 game.
Yeah.
That's pretty damn close.
It's a close game against Canada, for
Yeah.
sure.
And if it's not 9-1, you won.
Shout out to Archer Seelovs, the goaltender for Latvia. I'm a big Seelovs guy. He's a Canucks prospect. He's 21 years old. And in his home country, playing for his home country, becomes a national hero. Good for him.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that. That's a hell of a story.
Yeah. So that's awesome. Shout out to Latvia. You lost to Canada, but hey, everyone loses to Canada. That's fine.
Can we talk about the apparent collapse
Of?
not Switzerland, Sweden?
Yeah.
Like what's happening with their program right now? I feel like this is the third or fourth year of whether they've had like a really disappointing finish. The last time I remember they've been good was when they whooped the crap out of Canada in that finals comeback.
Yep. I mean, they don't have a lot of their players, and they usually don't. A lot of those Swedes have been on good playoff runs, and like even like the ones that aren't, like Elias Pettersson, he didn't go play. Zabinajad, he didn't go play.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but either way, that's not to take anything away from Latvia, because that's still quite the feat. They have some great players on that Swedish team.
No, absolutely. I was just kind of curious. I was like, am I tripping, or have the Swedes had like some really disappointing finishes lately? Like I don't remember them like going too far as of the last couple of years.
No.
We forgot to talk about that hit.
Oh, the Bennett hit.
Oh my God.
Damn.
What a train.
Like a truck.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Did someone check the number on that license plate?
Yeah, it was a monster hit on Slavin.
Yeah, that guy got like Street Fighter punched. He like just went up and dropped like a sack of potatoes.
I mean, clean hit. It's clean as hell. It's a great hit, dude.
I love Slavin, and I wasn't even mad about this hit. I was like, Jesus, that angle just makes it so much worse, man.
Yeah, dude.
Like, this is one thing, but then when you get like the actual scale of how far back he flew.
Yeah. Like, of course we hope he's all right, but man, that's a beautiful hit.
That is a hell of a hit. Holy Christ. And that is why I think Florida's going to win.
There you go. You
got guys like Sam Bennett scoring and punishing defensemen for taking too long behind the net.
Yeah.
He didn't even really forecheck. He just dropped the guy for fun and then left.
Yeah.
Like, he just took it as a souvenir.
It's a souvenir.
Yeah. Like, 62 hits.
Yeah.
77 hits.
games.
50. Like, that's a lot of hits, man.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle Dubas, probably going to Pittsburgh in serious talks with Fenway Sports Group.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah. I think that's probably the best bet for Pittsburgh, but I think Pittsburgh's a mess either way, honestly.
I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be really excited to watch that offseason if that signing really happens and they just give him full tilt.
Yeah.
Like, their only real condition is you keep Crosby, Malkin, and Kunitz. Or not Kunitz, it's Letang.
You do this every time.
Every
dude.
time.
He's been retired for like a decade.
Know.
Man.
I get them confused literally all the time. Letang, right?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe they'll trade him for Ryan Whitney again.
Yeah, you know. I'm tired of hearing him talk about his pink Whitneys.
Yeah.
Get back on the ice.
Yeah. With the ownership in Pittsburgh, as long as they're in the mentality of restock the cupboards and go for it, it'll never work because you can't do that. And that mentality doesn't work. You have to do one or the other.
I don't know. I think they're just going to let him turn loose. They're going to be like, make magic. And he will.
That would be really interesting.
I think he'll have like the shortest tenure there. I think he'll be there for like 3 to 4 years. Just long enough. As soon as Crosby retires, I'm pretty sure they're going to just fire him, pick up a new GM, and do a whole rebuild process. But
as they should.
In the time being, I think he's absolutely just going to sell all of their capital. He's going to sell their whole future. It's going to be a nightmare of Ron Hextall proportions, except it's actually going to pay off.
Hey.
I think it'll be one of the most ballsy yet calculated plays that we ever see from a GM.
Okay. I'm with it. I'm on board.
That's my prediction for next year. I'm really excited to watch this if it happens.
I like it. So yeah, next week, finals will be on. Have a great week, everybody. And as always, keep your head up.
Keep your head up. Boom.
Stick talk.
Stick talk.